Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my super axe hacker, which whacked off 4 truffula trees in one smacker. We were making thneeds 4 times as fast as before. And that Lorax? He didn't show up anymore. But the next week he knocked on my office door. He snapped, "I am the Lorax who speaks for the trees which you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown buffaloes who played in the shade in their buffalo suits and happily lived eating truffula fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffula fruits to go around, and my poor buffalo loots are all getting the crummies because they have gas and no food in their tummies." They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. "Good luck, boys," he cried, and he sent them away. I, the onceler, felt sad as I watched them all go. But business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. I meant them no harm, I most truly did not, but I had to grow bigger. So bigger I got. I biggered my factory, I biggered my roads, I biggered my wagons, I biggered the loads of needs I shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more needs, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then again, he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. "I am the Lorax," he coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed, achoo, and he snuffled, he snargled, and he sniffed. "Onceler," he cried with a cruffulous croak. "Onceler! You're making such smogulous smoke! My poor swami swans, why, they can't sing a note! No one can sing who has smog in their throat!" "And so," said the Lorax, "please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month, for a year, to escape from the smog you've smogged up around here." "What's more," snapped the Lorax, his dander was up, "let me say a few words about Gluppity-Glup. Your machinery trugs on day and night without stop, making Gluppity-Glup. Also Schloppity-Schlop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old onceler man, you." "You're glumping the pond where the hummingbirds hummed. No more can they hum, for their gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. Oh, their future is dreary. They'll walk on their fins and get woefully weary in search of some water that isn't so smeary." And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at that Lorax, "Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap, yap, and say bad, 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 bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I am telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on biggering and biggering and biggering and biggering, turning more truffula trees into needs, which everyone needs." And at that very moment, we heard a loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree. Then we heard the tree fall, the very last truffula tree of them all. No more trees, no more thneeds, no more work to be done. And so, in no time, my uncles and aunts, every one, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smog-smuggered stars. Now all that was left beneath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing, just gave me a glance, just gave me a very sad, sad backward glance, as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget the grim look on his face as he hoisted himself and took leave of this place, through a hole in the smog, without leaving a trace. And all that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the one word, unless. Whatever that meant, well, I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day I've sat here and worried away. Through the years while my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all my heart. But now, said the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, called the Onceler. He let something fall. It's a truffula seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffula seeds. And truffula trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffula, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that hack. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back.
Thanks for joining me today with The Lorax by Dr. Seuss. If I think about our one big question of when is that time to do something, look around you. If there were no trees, that time is now. Our theme at Azar this whole week is both global and environmental. We're thinking about ridding the earth of plastics. We can do it. So let's go back and think about our one message from the Onceler. But now, says the Onceler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So Azar Eagles, this is your task. When are you ready to make that difference? Think of Jordan Hattar. Jordan made a difference, one story at a time. Think of the ripple effect, picking up that garbage, putting that recycling. You can do it. Think of the Lorax and that sludgety sludge and that goopity goop. Wouldn't you rather a nice green, beautiful earth? You can do it, and I leave you up to that challenge. Have an excellent rest of the week as we finish off Earth Week. Bye, Azar Eagles.